detailed prediction for the events of The Rip. Clapperboard, the film's general story. The film revolves around a team of Miami police officers who accidentally find millions of dollars hidden in an abandoned house that once belonged to a gang. They are supposed to hand over the money as evidence to the government, but greed creeps in, and everyone begins to think about their own share. As news spreads and reaches outside forces, gangs, corrupt police officers, and even federal agencies, the situation turns from a simple arrest to a bloody struggle over the money and who can trust whom. Detective's scene-by-scene breakdown of the expected events. Opening the film begins with a chase through the streets of Miami between the police and a small gang. During the chase, the gang members flee to an abandoned house. The police storm the place and discover a secret room filled with bags of cash, millions of dollars. Internal conflict. The team leader, Matt Damon, insists on handing over the money as evidence. But his close ally, Ben Affleck, begins to convince the rest of the team that the money could be the opportunity of a lifetime. Tensions rise. Who wants to do the right thing? Who wants to keep the money? External forces enter. A large Colombian cartel accidentally learns the location of the money. At the same time, a corrupt FBI agent relays the news and wants to take the money for himself. The team finds itself between a rock and a hard place. Cartels out to kill them, and unreliable security agencies. Betrayal and division. One of the team members betrays the others and steals part of the money. Internal clashes erupt between them, turning into a gunfight. At the end of the story, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's friendship is shaken. They may even reach the point where one of them is forced to kill the other. Climax. A massive confrontation at the port between the police, the Colombian cartel, and the team itself. Explosions, shootouts, and a boat chase in Miami. The ending is open. Part of the money is lost at sea, and only one person can escape with the rest. Expected ending. The film will likely veer toward a tragic direction. Matt Damon sacrifices himself to prevent the gang from taking the money. Ben Affleck escapes with part of the money but remains a fugitive, living in constant fear. The message: greed destroys trust, and money can buy blood, but not safety. Bullseye. The main idea of the film: the conflict between duty and greed. The collapse of trust between friends under the pressure of money. How corruption is not only in gangs, but also in government institutions themselves. Let me build you a scene-by-scene scenario for the events of The Rip, with tedious detail, as if it were written for a movie script. Clapperboard. The Rip, movie predictions and scenario. Scene 1. Opening. Miami streets at night, aerial camera over Miami, neon lights, the sea in the background. A high-speed car chase between the Miami police and a small gang. A shootout ensues in the streets, and the police force the gang into an abandoned house. Scene 2. The house is discovered. The team, led by Matt Damon, storms the house. The house appears destroyed, with cracked walls and a musty smell. One of the officers finds a hidden metal door. They open it, a room filled with bags of cash, millions of dollars. Silence and astonishment among the team. Scene 3. The argument begins. Matt Damon: we have to hand it over as evidence. Ben Affleck: we risked our lives. This money could change our lives. The rest of the team is divided. Some want the law, some want destiny. The atmosphere is tense, suspicious glances exchanged. Scene 4. The news leaks. A corrupt FBI agent learns by chance from a walkie-talkie. At the same time, a Colombian cartel member escapes and informs his leader. Now, not only the team knows, but outside forces are also involved. Scene 5. Tension rise. A scene on a Colombian cartel's luxury yacht. The leader promises his men they'll recover the money. A scene at the FBI office. The corrupt agent is planning ahead of everyone else. At police headquarters. The team is arguing over who gets to make the decision. Scene 6. The first betrayal. One of the team members steals a small bag of money and hides it. He is discovered. An armed confrontation between the police officers themselves. The first shot is fired between them. Blood is being shed from within the team. Scene 7. Port chase. The Colombian cartel attacks the team at the port. A fierce exchange of fire, explosions among the containers. A boat chase, and money is splashed into the water. Scene 8. The big showdown. The FBI, the corrupt officer, arrives in the middle of the battle. Now, police ex-cartel ex-feds. Complete chaos, all against all. Matt Damon tries to save his colleagues, while Ben Affleck begins planning to escape with the money. Scene 9. The finale. Matt Damon sacrifices himself by detonating an explosive charge to prevent the cartel from taking the money. The explosion fills the port with smoke and flames. Ben Affleck escapes with a single bag of money and disappears into the streets of Miami. The camera focuses on his face. A look of triumph mixed with fear, knowing his life will never be safe. Scene 10. Open end. A final shot of the bag of money lying open on a bed in a hotel room. Ben Affleck turns off the light and goes to sleep. Voiceover. In Miami, money brings blood, but blood doesn't restore trust. The screen goes black. The Netflix logo appears. High voltage summary. The film follows a crime, thriller, suspense genre, with the message that greed destroys even the strongest friendships, and money brings tragic endings. Let me summarize the general story and main idea of The Rip. Clapperboard. The general story. The film tells the story of a Miami police team who accidentally discovers millions of dollars hidden in an abandoned house belonging to a gang. They are supposed to hand over the money as part of their job, but greed begins to take over, and a dispute arises between them. Should they hand over the money as official evidence, or keep it for themselves? The situation becomes more complicated when news reaches a dangerous Colombian gang and a corrupt FBI agent, turning the operation from a mere bust into a spiral of violence, betrayal, and bloody conflict between the two. Lightbulb. Main idea. Greed destroys trust. Money turns from a chance for survival into a curse that destroys even the strongest friendships. Corruption isn't just external. It's not just the gangs that are dangerous, but also corruption within the security services. Betrayal versus loyalty. When millions are at stake, the real question is, who can you trust? The ultimate message. The pursuit of easy money can lead to tragic outcomes, even for those who are supposed to uphold the law.